chiming in now. Once again, just a reminder that this session is the How to Apply for an Award, hosted by Workplace Giving Australia. Thank you so much for your time. We're looking forward to a quick 30-minute session, aren't we, Rania? Where we'll run through everything to know and understand about this year's Australian Workplace Giving Awards program. I can see that it's just gone 11:01. We have a few more people joining us, but perhaps we'll kick off because we do have quite a packed program for you to make sure that everyone walks away with all the information you need to know about this year's Workplace Giving Awards. So firstly, we should probably kick off with a couple of introductions. My name is Bronwyn Wood, and I'm the Partnerships Manager here at Workplace Giving Australia.
The Partnerships Coordinator also at Workplace Giving Australia.
And we're delighted to be bringing you this information session today. Firstly, a little bit of housekeeping. We are recording the session. That is purely for the purposes of sharing this information far and wide so that everyone has access to these tips and information that we'll be sharing this morning. That will be then uploaded to the Workplace Giving Awards site. So have a look out there if you'd like to have a little bit more of this later to help you through the awards process. Also, if there are any questions that come up during the session, please do use the chat function. We will do our very best to get back to you within this session on that. If we don't, we will make sure that we connect with you after this morning's session. All right, we're at 11:02. I think we should get underway. Firstly, before we do, I'd like to make an acknowledgement of country. We're coming to you here from the lower North Shore of Sydney, which is on Cammeraygal land. I'd like to pay respect to elders past, present and emerging and recognise the Cammeraygal people's connection to land, waterways and skies. All right, with that underway, let's click on to what we're going to go through today. So firstly, we'll give a bit of an understanding of what the awards is all about. The judging framework, very important that we get that message across as to what the judges will be looking for in your submissions this year. Thirdly, the award categories. We did share these just last month, didn't we, Rania? But we'll go through those again and in a little bit more detail so you understand the category criteria for each one. And then we'll run through the process of submitting an award. And finally, a couple of tips for a successful entry. All right, I think we can get started. Rania, having been with Workplace Giving Australia for every one of the 9 awards that we've run to date, perhaps you're best to give us an overview. Would you like to do that?
Yeah, happy to do so. We're in our 9th year of the Australian Workplace Giving Awards. As you can see, some of the photos I've put up there, it's been an amazing 9 years. It's really come to a place where I feel like we've achieved so much, and there's seeing that celebration and these photos and the beautiful accomplishment of many of the organisations and the impact that they've had in their community. That's, I guess, what the awards have become.
I just wanted to hone in on that word impact. That's truly what it is about, isn't it? It's not only creating impact within our own community, but it's celebrating the impact that as a community we're having on the causes and charities that we care about. And at the end of the day, that's what we're here to celebrate.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You've touched on the why, I guess. The awards are open to corporations, to businesses, to charities of all sizes. And it's a great opportunity to celebrate the role and efforts of working Australians as they harness their company's power to support and build communities. We know Workplace Giving, and I'm sure many of you on the call know, celebrates all types of giving at work. So that can include payroll giving, fundraising, corporate and charity partnerships, volunteering, pro bono work, appeals. The list is quite long, but at the same time, there are many categories that we have available this year that cover a lot of that activity. So it's a wonderful opportunity to see what your organisation is doing and what categories applies to you.
That's a great run through of what the awards is all about. So let's quickly go through the timeline. The program is a long one. It runs from July all the way through to November, and there's a team of people working hard on that, a quiet shout out to all of those who are working hard behind the scenes on that. Thank you. It's an amazing program that is run. So just quickly to dig into the key dates for you to remember, of course, applications are now open. So that's why we're here. August, Friday the 30th is the closing date for applications. So close of business on Friday the 30th of August. Make sure you've hit that submit button to register your application. The month of September is pretty much about judging. So we have a great judging panel that we'll share a little bit about in a moment. The judging period is based on the criteria that we'll go through in a minute. So that's their time to look and gosh, I wouldn't want to be a judge. There are so many great programs out there. They do a great job in deciphering where the programs are exceeding and creating the impact that they have intended to do. Then in October, we'll announce the finalists, and mark this date in your diary, everyone. The 20th, Wednesday, the 20th of November is when the awards ceremony will be held here in Sydney, and thanks to our network member and host, Westpac Group.
Judging panel. So we're delighted to have Simon Robinson as our judging chair this year. He's been on the panel for a few years and a wonderful contributor and leader in his space. The awards are judged by a panel of independent thought leaders and champions of workplace giving. We know we've had a wonderful panel previous years, and this year we do welcome a wonderful group consisting of, we've got Adam Saruski, Associate Partner from Bain & Company, Saskia Ayot, she's a Social Impact Manager at King & Wood Mallesons, Arabella Gibson, Chief Executive Officer of Gidget Foundation, Janet Liu, Head of Social Impact and Community Partnerships at ANZ, Pero Sojanski, I think I pronounced that right, our Deputy Chief Economist from Business Council of Australia, and Lisa Allen, Head of Fundraising from the Smith family. So we're delighted to have them on board, and like I said, it is a challenging task. We have that independent, expertise is wonderful when it comes to this, the range of categories that we have. And
if you're playing Who Would You Like to Have at Dinner sometime soon, I reckon you'd have most of these on your list for who you'd want to have at your dinner table. What a great selection of people. Well done to the team who've brought those people together. Let's move now into what the group of wonderful people will be looking at. And we'd like you to focus in on these 4 areas when answering the questions in your individual category. Firstly, intention. Secondly, the input. Thirdly, output. And finally, the impact. To explain that in a little bit more detail, with the intention piece, we're looking for you to provide that context, the rationale behind what your program was there intended to do. Then, of course, the input brings together all the information about how you developed that program, whether it be the innovative elements that you chose to bring in, or the partnership components and the various stakeholders, the input that created then the output of what you've been able to deliver. Sharing the results, of course, is very key, isn't it, Rania? Because we need to see what's happened as a result of all your efforts and lining that back up with the original intention. Finally, and we as in the not-for-profit sector are keenly looking at, is the impact. And we know that the business sector is keen to show this as well. What is the impact that you have been able to achieve through your particular view of the workplace giving program? Just a reminder, on the right-hand side there is some details around the supporting materials. Please make sure you include these. They could be video links, there could be company profile pieces, some social coverage content and or data, as well as collateral. There are some limits, of course, aren't there, Rania? We can't, unfortunately, accept all unlimited amounts of supporting material, but we are keen to see those stick to a maximum of 2 A4 page equivalent when it comes to the additional supporting material, and a maximum 3 minutes on video. Thanks for adhering to those. Okay.
The award categories. So the 2024 award categories, we have 7 this year. So it's exciting in that we do have a new category to explain and go through. This next few minutes will give you a bit of an idea of what the categories are about and see which ones apply to you. All this information, of course, is available on our awards webpage. I'll go through a couple of them, and hopefully if you have any questions, feel free to pop them in.
Let's spend a couple of minutes on each one just so we get it really clear as to what the criteria and what some of the key elements are of each one.
100%.
Thanks,
The first
Sonia.
category is best payroll giving. So as the name says, it's looking for a program that has payroll giving at its core. Payroll giving is programs that allow employees to donate to charity through their payroll deductions. This program must be active in the last 18 months and is open to organisations of any type and any size.
So, for example, it could be a charity that has set up their own payroll giving program,
Definitely.
or it could be a business that is supporting other charities.
Yeah, as long as it's been active in the 18 months, we would love to have you apply for this award.
Great.
This category showcases the shared value of payroll giving to its employees, companies, and charities. The judging panel is looking for a commitment from the organisation to engage current and new donors and an increase in participation in the program.
Okay, that's pretty clear. The name is what on the tin is what's in the tin. It's the best payroll giving program.
Exactly.
And just that right-hand side box there that says there's going to be one winner, one runner-up, and highly commended at the judge's discretion. Is that how it works?
That's exactly right.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the first cab off the rank. What's the next one?
Best grants program. So this is open to any size corporate run grants program. Again, must have been active in the last 18 months. Beneficiaries of the program can be charities or community organisations. And the judging panel is looking for a strategic and effective grants program that provides shared value for the business and the community.
Great. Okay. So a grants program active in the last 18 months, any size, any length of time. It could be one that's been established for a while, or it could be a new grants program.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Great.
The next category is best corporate and charity partnerships. So one of my favourites. We get some amazing applications that come through, and we see some amazing partnerships, and we know that there are wonderful ones out there. The applicant can either be the corporate or can be the charity who can nominate their partnership. So we always see them working well together. So in collaboration, one or the other will put it in, but we know that sometimes they do work together to put together the application. The partnership must have been active within the last 18 months. And the key thing with this one is that payroll giving must be a component of the partnership. So we know that there are some wonderful things companies and corporates and partnerships are doing, but making sure that payroll is within that mix.
Yeah.
So that's a key.
So you could also talk about the other activations
100%.
that you do together, but please highlight what the payroll giving element of your program is.
Yeah, right. That's exactly right. The judging panel is looking for creativity, alignment, and unique approach to the partnership across planning, delivery, and outcomes for both parties and the wider community.
Well, there's certainly some creative partnerships out there. I know we've seen many across the 9 years or the 8 years today of the awards, and there are many there that we see frequently. Some of them during Workplace Giving Month were really highlighted out there. So we're really looking forward to seeing lots of those come through.
Yeah. The next category is the best volunteering program. We know and I've personally seen a lot of activity in volunteering this year. It's a wonderful, we know that organisations using volunteering as a great way to engage their employees. And so this category is great for organisations who are doing that well and want to celebrate that. So this category is open to organisations in Australia who are providing a volunteering program for their employees. Volunteering, again, program must have been active within the last 18 months. Volunteering is defined, just a clear definition of all types of giving time at work or outside of work that is supported by the company through either a leave policy or monetary contributions, and this includes pro bono work. The judging panel is looking for sustainable and effective volunteering and pro bono programs and demonstrate strong community impact.
Great. I know the award last year was highly contended with some great firms putting forward their programs. So again, we look forward to seeing a great array of programs, of applications for the Best Volunteering Award this year. Moving into the Best Innovation. So innovation is a category that was arrived at because indeed within this space there are so many different ways in which organisations, both from a charity perspective and how they partner with or simply enact their workplace giving strategies, as well as the businesses themselves. So again, this is open to any organisation, the category of best innovation, any organisation in Australia that has a workplace giving program and is promoting workplace giving. It must, again, that 18-month criteria is in there, must have been active within that period. We would like you not to present an idea that's previously been presented by your organisation, so something new and fresh for your organisation. The judging panel, what are they looking for? Well, it's transformational change within a workplace giving program or promotion. So they're looking for that innovation to have had its impact and created that change that was desired. The category does encourage all areas of workplace giving to demonstrate how they're contributing to Australia and growing giving in Australia, rather. The new category, drumroll please, that Rania mentioned is Workplace Giving Champion of the Year. As this is a new one, let's really make sure we're clear about the category criteria. So firstly, it can either be self-nominated or nominated by another. We want that activity and the details around what that person is doing to also be reflected in the last 18-month period, so nothing older than that. The self-nominated applicants should be, or applications should be endorsed by a colleague or a manager. Senior leadership, I'm sorry, you're not eligible for this. We're looking for those people within the spread of the employee workforce to really come to the fore and put a spotlight on their involvement in your workplace giving program. Of course, senior leaders, you are encouraged to nominate that champion. Finally, the judging panel, what are they looking for? Well, they're looking for a team member who displays exceptional commitment to their employer's workplace giving program and who grows the culture of giving. And we know so many people who fit into that category, so I can't wait to see the flood of applications for that new category this year. Finally, the big one, the Workplace Giving Program of the Year. This is open to organisations of any size. Again, it's not about whether it's a small program or a business. It's about the program again being active within the last 18 months, having at least 2 activities or engagement pieces that employees can participate in to be part of that workplace giving program. When it comes to those sections, we actually spell that out a little bit in the process of the awards application, where there are things like some of the headings that we've already gone through. It might be grants, it might be a payroll giving element, it might be a corporate partnership component that you want to talk about as being part of your workplace giving program of the year. But remember, it must comprise at least 2 activities. Finally, when it comes to the judging panel and what they're looking for, it's the overall program and the strength of that program that has been strategically implemented and is succeeding in the output and impact for the organisation and for the community. So it's that multi-stakeholder benefit that we're looking for, isn't it, Rania? Again, go back, please, when you're looking at this, to that framework, as that will help you within each of these categories to really refine your submission. Once again, I'll just repeat. So it's intent or intention, then the input, the output, and the impact. Those 4 key areas should be the view through which you apply to each and any of these award categories. Okay. So how do we do it, Rania?
So we've kept it quite simple and we'll explain through this demonstration as we go through this session. 1, So we've gone through the categories. You've decided what category or categories, so you can apply for more than one, and we do encourage you to consider doing that. You've decided what category you want to apply for. Head to our website, so the workplacegiving.org.au/2024 dash awards, which we'll include in the chat as well. You'll find the information you need in step 2 to download the entry form. So being able to download it allows you to complete the questions offline, gather the information you need, the data you need, and being able to do your internal checks and proofreading as well before once you've completed it, you're ready to upload it in step 3. So keeping in mind the deadline, which is the 30th of August. So give yourself sufficient amount of time to do that. Try not to leave it to the last minute. We know we're all busy and sometimes deadlines creep up on us. But give yourself enough time to get online and to be able to upload that. So, and remember, there's a little note there that if you are uploading more than one category or you're applying for more than one category, you'll need to upload it as a separate application. So we'll walk through that now.
Excellent. Well, that's really easy. ABC, it's easy as 1, 2, 3. I love it.
Yeah.
Let's have a look, shall we, and show everyone a live demonstration of the site and how we work through this. Okay, hopefully everyone has in front of them the Australian Workplace Giving Awards 2024 page of our website. We're just scrolling down here and we're going to hit on this. Oh, actually, it shows there the timeline and the categories. So that's where you're talking about step 1. Decide on your category of award that you want to enter and click on the download form button.
Exactly right.
Terrific. Oh, I see the awards terms and conditions are there too, which is handy to have a look at those just to understand what it is, how the process works and what the conditions are around entering. That's great. Okay.
We can go through and walk the steps and how it's done. So when you've decided what category you like to apply for, it's as simple as download the form. The form will be downloaded into your download drive, so you'll be able to open it up and view it as you require. So the nice thing about this is being able to not feel like you have to rush. You've got the ability to go back to it, check it. I know with me, sometimes I procrastinate and you just think, I'll come back to it. But it's also the opportunity to bring in the relevant stakeholders that you need to help you in supporting this application.
Yeah, there are many stakeholders when it comes to workplace giving programs. And of course, we know there are approvals as well that need to be gained from the various powers that be. So yes, leaving yourself time is great. Okay, so I can see that each form then will run through the eligibility criteria just to remind me on what that is. Then it also has that judging framework reminder, which is great. So do take a look at that first page. But then from page 2 onwards is the actual application form.
Yes, just keep in mind there are word limits. So as much as we'd love to hear a lot about your program, we are mindful of the number of applications that we will be receiving and also the judges' time. So please adhere to the word limits.
What's our saying this year, Rania? Less is more in 2024.
That's exactly right.
Fabulous.
So keep that in mind. So that is the application form. So hypothetically, I've completed it and now I'm ready to move on to
So let me just be a guinea pig here. So I'm going to type in here something and it will just save as we go. Yeah, great. Okay. Yeah. Super easy. Okay, so you just type in, go through all the way to the bottom. And then once you get to the bottom, what happens right at the end there, Rania? Then you just, once you've completed, so this particular one, the Innovation Award, has 11 questions. Each of them have a different number of questions, by the way, so don't get caught out by that. They're very much tailored to that particular category. So once you've done that, then you'd hit save. Is that right?
Yeah.
You just save it as you would your normal document. Sorry, I'm a bit of a technophobe. Had to go through that.
That's okay. And so you're happy with it. You've completed your application. It's saved on your drive. You've also had to think about your supporting materials. So make sure you've had a little think about what you would like to share, whether it's screenshots, videos, images, anything that you think will help support what you've written in the application. We know that definitely helps judges get a holistic view of what the program's all about.
Terrific.
And you're ready to upload. So that's the final step.
Okay, so the next button there.
Get back to our website, get on there and upload it. There's a step-by-step process that you go through to upload your form. Keep in mind, as mentioned earlier by yourself, but the terms and conditions and privacy policy. Have a read of that before, because as you proceed, there's a little sign off at the end to make sure that you have done that. So we want to make sure that you are aware of that. Awesome. And it's a simple step, as mentioned too. If you are applying for multiple categories, you do need to complete this for each of the categories. Yeah, so it's not a difficult process. Hopefully, as you will see as we go through here, it's a simple. Obviously, the person is submitting it to enter their details, their first name, their last name. Do this.
Great. And I think there are just 3 main areas here that you want to have information at the ready to make sure that you're able to submit this. So those are from memory question 8, which might just be appearing on people's screen now. You can see Rani is typing in live just to show how the process works. As far as number 8 is concerned, you'll just need to know your organisation employee number. So we're just grabbing that number from everyone as part of the application process. So that's question 8. Here at Workplace Giving Australia, we're 22 employees. You know your URL, of course, but questions 10 and 11 are those other 2 questions that I just want to highlight. Make sure that you have the name of your Workplace Giving program handy, whoever's doing that submission component for you. And the 11th, question 11 is the number of activities that your organisation engages in. So there's a drop-down box there, but you just want to make sure that you have that information at the heady. It's a multi-select, so you select as many as are applicable, and then of course selecting which particular application this is that you're submitting. Upload those additional resources or supplement supporting pieces of information. The question 15 then gives you an opportunity to put in any links if you have some YouTube videos that you're adding. There's the signature piece that Rania was referencing. Oh, that looks like my signature. And then you hit submit. And process done.
Wrong number.
So that's as easy as it is, people. It's really super simple. Make sure that you've got your information ready. As soon as you've completed your application, have your supporting materials ready, then you're ready to hit upload and you'll get this message that comes up on your screen. So that's as easy as it is to enter. We have 2 minutes left where we thought we'd just run through a couple of steps to help you along your way. And the first one, Rania, did you want to go through first?
Yeah, so exactly what we've demonstrated today. Follow the instructions on the entry form. So there's the steps that are there, and I'm sure you all read them before you start and commence your application.
Secondly, it's about the criteria that is set there. Make sure that you've viewed that carefully and follow that judging framework throughout answering the questions and submitting your application.
And prepare and plan your application. So now is the time. I know you're all thinking about applying, so we've given you the information today and we know everything is on the site. So feel free to start looking at what pieces you need and prepare.
Great. Evidence is fabulous. It's what our judges really hone in on, to not just quantify the results that you're able to share with us, but also qualify. Give it with that supporting evidence, you're really able to qualify how you've gone about the 4 steps: the intent, the input, the output, and of course the impact you're achieving with your program.
Tell your story. Include all the pieces of the puzzle, the challenges, the successes. Some of the questions we ask do capture this, but if there is something, if we want to give the bigger picture of what your program is all about, and I think that helps tell the story.
Second to last is the collaborative approach that's required, because there are multiple stakeholders involved, and we look forward to making sure that you've brought them along the journey, and also that their voices are acknowledged through the process, as well as, of course, in endorsing your final submission.
Check and check again.
Well, that sounds like Rania.
Always double check. I think sometimes getting a second set of eyes is a really good opportunity to see things that you may have missed, especially if you're one person who is preparing the submission. But do that, and I think you'll be in a good place and then be ready to submit.
Well, that's been a fast, furious 30 minutes, but we So excited to have shared this information with you this morning. The next steps are over to you, my friends. The awards website again is workplacegiving.org.au/2024-awards. So visit it frequently, bookmark it, so it's there for you to go back and reference.
Definitely, if you need inspiration, visit our public library. There are wonderful case studies from day dot, from the first awards that we had till last year. So there's great inspiration to sort of think, should I apply for best innovation? Is it good enough?
Yes,
let's see what others have done. So it's a great opportunity to have a little dig around.
Don't forget to follow us on LinkedIn and Facebook. There will be information shared through our social channels throughout the program time period, so as to ensure you're kept up to speed on dates as they're coming up. And just like us generally.
Yeah, we'd love that. And also reach out. Honestly, we are here to help. Our team is here. We understand, I guess, the categories. If you're stuck about what direction to go and whether it's worth putting an application, yes, it definitely is. So we're all happy to help. Reach out to us on email, and Bronwyn and I and the team are here. So
excellent. Yeah. Well, great to have shared this morning with you. Thank you so much for your time, and happy award season, everyone. Here's to Workplace Giving.
All the best.